Here's your news for August 19th, 2020. And your headlines for today include: released WWE wrestler rips into Vince McMahon in WWE in his latest promo. Major departure from WWE's writing team. Dominic Mysterio gives sneak peek of new WWE ring gear. Shocking news of another WWE wrestler being with Sonya Deville at the time of her attempted kidnapping is revealed. Former WWE champion is set for AEW Dynamite this week. Kofi Kingston says WWE pitched him to be the black version of Jeff Hardy. Cody Rhodes addresses rumors about AEW wanting Goldberg's WWE contract revealed. Federal government trying to seize former WWE wrestler home, and more. We're kicking off today with news from Impact Wrestling, as Brian Myers made a splash by challenging Impact World Champion Eddie Edwards last week. And though the former Curt Hawkins came up short, it's what he said post-match that's got fans talking. Hijacking a backstage interview with Willie Mack, Myers sat an impromptu Q&A with Jimmy Jacobs and spoke about being fired while his wife was pregnant at home. The most interesting line is when Myers said he's disgusted that an out-of-touch 70-year-old man is making the biggest decisions in this business, a clear shot at Vince McMahon. While this doesn't help his chances of returning to WWE, it does help the former Hawkins shed his WWE stigma as a jobber. And with Eric Young also cutting a promo this week about being overlooked and ignored, which many see as a reference to WWE's treatment of him, it's clear that these former superstars are happy to be out from Vince McMahon's control. Speaking of people leaving WWE, the NXT writing team recently got some new names, but now someone has left the group. Ringside News is reporting that Joe Belcastro has resigned from his position as lead writer, though it's currently unclear why he left the Black and Gold brand. This news comes only weeks after it was reported that WWE had moved some people to NXT's writing team to help freshen up their stories in their battle against AEW Dynamite, and we'll have to see how this departure changes the Gold brand. One person who isn't leaving WWE anytime soon is Dominic Mysterio, as the up-and-comer is preparing for his first professional match at SummerSlam. Ahead of his street fight against Seth Rollins, Dominic posted an Instagram story of his new gear being created, with a white and blue crown being stitched together. It's also been reported that Dominic's gear is being made by Hayashi, who has done the attire of his father Rey Mysterio on multiple occasions. With his gear and new theme song sorted, all that's left is the match itself, and time will tell whether Dominic rises to the occasion when he faces the Monday Night Messiah this Sunday at SummerSlam. Now recently, Sonya Deville was involved in a scary situation as an obsessive fan of hers tried to kidnap her from her own home. Fortunately, he failed and is now facing multiple charges, but now more details about the situation have come to light. According to the Tampa Bay Times, Philip Thomas had sent several threatening messages to Deville prior to the situation, saying that the SmackDown superstar is the only person he could love. Their report also revealed who was with Deville that night, as though they're at odds on screen, Mandy Rose was at the home of her good friend that evening. Speaking to the Times, Deville spoke about what happened in the situation, as their report reads, "What are you doing? What do you want?" Deville yelled as he stared at her from just 4 feet away before he began to walk towards her. "That's when I realized that this person was not here to rob me, he was there to hurt me." Their report noted that when Thomas walked towards her, Deville ran to Rose's room and they ran to a family room before driving away. Local police have confirmed that Thomas was carrying a knife, zip ties, duct tape, mace, and other items used in kidnappings, and were pleased that he was apprehended before he could lay a hand on the SmackDown superstars. Over to AEW Dynamite now, and whilst the show won't air tonight because of the NBA playoffs, this Saturday's show will see a huge appearance. The finals of YouTube's AEW Women's Tag Team Tournament will take place on the show this week, with the Nightmare Sisters taking on Diamante and Ivelisse, and it's been confirmed that Medusa will be on hand to present the winners with their cup. Despite being a WWE Hall of Famer and former Women's and 24/7 champion, WWE doesn't call on the former Alundra Blaze much, and hopefully this trophy will end up in the winner's hands and not in the trash when Medusa appears on Dynamite this week. Back to WWE now, and after the company brought back Raw Talk, many fans hoped Talking Smack would return, and now that's a possibility. PW Insider reports that the WWE Network may bring the show back, which was canceled in July 2017, and they noted that a return could happen as early as this month. During the show's one-year tenure, fans love the banter of hosts Renee Young and Daniel Bryan, though it's unclear who would host if the show returns. Not only did WWE bring Raw Talk back, but they also brought it to the free version of the WWE Network, and we'll have to wait and see if Talking Smack receives the same treatment. One person who'd be a welcome sight on either show is Kofi Kingston, and after 14 years in WWE's system, the former world champion has had all sorts of pitches made at him. During the New Day Feel the Power podcast, Kofi spoke about a meeting he had with WWE's merchandise team in 2010, and said that he was being pitched some terrible shirt designs, including one that had him in weird body paint. He added, "The dude at merch was like pitching me this idea, and he's like, oh, you could maybe come out and have black-like body paints on. You could kind of be like the black version of Jeff Hardy." And I said, "What are you talking about? Coming out painting myself glowed in the dark? That's stupid." Thankfully, Kofi was able to avoid dressing in glow-in-the-dark body paint, though he did admit that Naomi, who was also on the podcast, pulled the glow off well. Though it took some time, WWE finally found a place with Kofi by partnering him with Big E and Xavier Woods, and hopefully it won't be too long until all three are back together. Speaking of stables, Retribution have continued to raise chaos wherever they go in WWE, but at least now the company will be able to make some money off of the group. Recent trademark filings reveal that the company have locked down the Retribution name for merchandise, so don't be too surprised if you see shirts for the anarchistic group appearing on WWE Shop in the not-so-distant future. That's not the only names the company now officially own, as they've also locked down Wild Boar, Malcolm Bivens, Mercedes Martinez, and Raquel Gonzalez, as it looks like WWE have plans to use these stars in the long term. We still don't know who will be in Retribution, as those we're seeing each week won't be the ones who unmask, but now fans will be able to pick up their own merchandise for the group very soon. Over to Raw now, as this week's Raw Underground saw Viking Raider Eric destroy more people who have now been recognized by fans. It turns out that Colby Corino, the son of former ECW World Champ turned WWE producer Steve Corino, was one of Eric's victims and previously appeared in WWE on the March 5th, 2019 edition of 205 Live. On the women's side of things, it turns out that Brandi Lauren was the punching bag of Marina Shafir. Next week, fans will see Dolph Ziggler face Ivar of the Raiders, and it'll be interesting to see who's able to walk away in this meeting of two established stars. Back over to AEW next, and recently rumors surfaced that WWE Hall of Famer Bill Goldberg was being brought to the company, but apparently that's not the case. During his podcast, Jim Cornette said that Cody Rhodes and Tony Khan wanted to bring the former Universal Champion to Dynamite with the plan that he'd squash everybody, though Cody denied that in a response to a fan, saying, "This isn't real, we had no contract, ha." Speaking to the Pop Culture Show, Goldberg also dismissed rumors that he'd be appearing on Dynamite, as he confirmed his WWE contract is for another 2 years, and added, "I've got 2 matches per year, and I've exhausted my commitment quite early this year on April 5th with WrestleMania, under these really weird circumstances, but I've got some extremely interesting projects right on the cusp." Time will tell what sort of other projects are on the cusp for the former Universal Champion, but with a minimum 4 more matches left in his current contract, it's clear that the 53-year-old Hall of Famer isn't going anywhere. Back to the ring now, and though we don't know for sure who will be facing the Golden Role Models at Payback, we do have a pretty good idea about who it'll be. So far, the only match confirmed for the August 30th pay-per-view is the women's tag title match, and on Wrestling Observer Radio, it was noted that WWE seems to be hinting at Banks and Bayley facing Asuka and Shayna Baszler at Payback. It'll be interesting to see if WWE does indeed go in this direction, just 1 week after Asuka challenges both Sasha and Bayley for the respective singles titles at SummerSlam, and with the Boss having something going on with the suspended Nia Jax, and Baszler bringing Marina Shafir and Jessamyn Duke to the Underground this week, a lot can change between now and Payback. We've got some news from Intercontinental Champion AJ Styles, as the SmackDown superstar was asked if he's happy in WWE during a Twitch stream. He said, "What do I have to be unhappy about? We all understood what happened with Paul Heyman. The problem with everything that happened is that the lie happened, the blatant lie. I don't really want to harp on anyone anymore, what's done is done." With Styles signing a new multi-year contract with WWE last year, he's clearly happy enough to keep working in WWE. And though he didn't want to see his good brothers be released, he clearly understands that it's time to let things go. And finally, today we're ending with news from former superstar Ted DiBiase Jr., as after being involved in Mississippi's largest embezzlement scandal, he may also lose his home. The Associated Press reports that the federal government is trying to seize the $1.5 million home of the former Legacy star. As though DiBiase Jr. isn't accused of any crime, they want to stop him from selling his home. Ted's brother Brett is facing claims that he was given funds for a drug treatment facility in Malibu, which was meant to go to Mississippi's welfare programs, and given that he's also alleged to have given money as payment for drug abuse classes he didn't teach, it seems that there is a price after all for the $1 Million family.